Hi guys, this is Rich with Wild Wonderful Weekends, and today I want to make good on a promise I made 8 months ago, and that's to show you how to remove a section of audio from your 360 degree videos using FFmpeg. Now in the last video I did using FFmpeg, I showed you how to combine multiple 360 degree clips into one large immersive 360 degree video. And as I mentioned in that video, if you happen to record an event or something like that that has copyrighted music playing, and you upload that music or you upload that video to YouTube, it could get demonetized. It happened to me. So what I'm going to show you here is how you can remove that section of video and replace it with something else. And there's probably a lot of different ways to do this. I'm going to show you the way that I do it, and I'll tell you the reasons I do it this way. And before I get started, I want to thank the people at Ghalia Nasser's channel for holding me to my word. And if you haven't checked their channel out, I'm going to put the link in the description. Definitely give them a look. They have some great dive videos on there, and there's more to come. So anyway, let's go ahead and jump in, and I'll show you how I replace sections of my audio in 360 degree videos using FFmpeg. This demonstration dovetails with my last video on FFmpeg, so if you haven't already watched that video, go ahead and do it now. The link's in the description. We're going to pick up at the step where you have your output file, but before you use Spatial Media Metadata Injector to restore the metadata that allows the video to be recognized as a 360 degree video. So at about the 3-minute 44-second mark in the previous video. Okay, so once you have your output file generated by FFmpeg, we're going to open up DaVinci Resolve. If you haven't already downloaded and installed the free version of DaVinci Resolve, go ahead and do that now. Launch DaVinci Resolve and select the Media tab. Drag over your output file that you created using FFmpeg into the Media panel, as well as the music or sound files you wish to splice in. Now select the Edit tab and drag your output file onto the timeline. And as you can see for this tutorial, I'm just using a couple 360 clips of places I've recently kayaked, and I'm going to add in some music instead of just keeping the natural sounds of the video. Go ahead and unlink the video from the audio by deselecting the chain link icon. Now use the controls to locate the point in your video where you want to replace the audio. I want to start playing music at about the point where I turn my kayak away from the falls. So I'll select the Cut tool, then click on the audio track where the red playhead line is to make the cut. Now I can choose the Select tool again, then select the part of the audio I no longer need, and press the Delete key to get rid of it. Next, I'll drag down the audio file I want to splice in and place it where I want. Then I can click and drag these small fader controls to have the video's audio fade out while the music fades in. Once I have everything like I want, I trim the end of the music file, fading the music at the end of the video. And now I'm ready to export this audio. And I only want the audio, I don't want the video, since the free version of DaVinci Resolve can only export video up to 4K. And with the newer cameras like the Insta360 X4 that this was shot on, the video is 8K and I don't want to lose any of that resolution. So I click on the Deliver tab, then enter a name for the file that will be created. Also, I can specify where I want the file to save to, and in this case I'm going to save it to the same folder as my 360 clips. Now I want to uncheck Export Video. Then select the audio properties and choose an output file type. I'll choose MP3 for this. Now I can come down to the bottom of this panel and select Add to Render Queue. Then I come over to the right and click Render All. And this demo doesn't even begin to scratch the surface of what DaVinci Resolve offers for audio editing. It has a whole suite for tools just for getting your audio just right. If you start using DaVinci Resolve, you'll definitely want to check out some tutorials on all it can do. After a bit, the file is created, as you can see here, and again you can see I've had it export to the same folder as my 360 video clips. It's very important to have everything together in the same folder for when we use FFmpeg to replace the audio. Okay, so now we have our original output file and our new audio file. We want to rename our output file to input, since it will be the input for the FFmpeg operation we're about to do. Next, I open up my favorite text editor that already has the FFmpeg command we want to use displayed with the default values. I'll put this command line text in the video description so you can copy it directly from there instead of having to type it out yourself. As you can see, it'll be looking for a file named input, which we now have. And it'll also be looking for an audio file named audio.wav. So we need to change that to match our actual audio file. So I'll change that to audio_file.mp3. And everything else can remain the same because by bringing our original output file into DaVinci Resolve and editing the whole audio for it, we created an audio file that's exactly the right length to match our video. And we can see here it's going to create a new output file for us with the new audio embedded in it. So now I copy all of this text. I open up a terminal window at the folder we're working in, as I described how to do in the previous video. I paste in the text and hit return. The process runs. A new output file is created, and now when I play that, we see that the audio has been updated. The only thing that remains to be done is to inject the metadata back into the video file so it can be recognized as a 360-degree video, just as I described in my previous video on FFmpeg. I open Spatial Media Metadata Injector. I open my output file, make sure the options are set correctly, then click Inject Metadata. You can see here the new file will be named output_injected.mp4. I click Save, and there it is. This file can now be uploaded to any platform that supports 360-degree video playback, and it'll work correctly. I hope this video is useful, and if so, please consider liking and subscribing. Thanks for watching. Take care.